RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube every Monday. We're live answering your Royal Caribbean cruise question, starting with the most important cruise question. How many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type your countdown in chat. Let's count down together. I am at just 4 more days till my next cruise on Independence of the Seas. Yes, I just got off Allure of the Seas, but we're going on Independence for the weekend. So very, very excited for that. Welcome, everybody. A lot of people already joining us in the chat. In fact, we've already had a number of super chats even before the stream began. Rage Shifty, thank you for the super chat. Serenade in 40 days, Wonder 223. Have you done a Panama Canal crossing? Would you recommend it? I have not done a Panama Canal crossing yet, but I absolutely would recommend it. It is like everybody that cruises a lot, it seems like that is like the best thing that they always recommend. Just a cool itinerary. There's nothing like it. So I would say absolutely it is worthwhile. We're actually doing my first Panama Canal cruise in March of 2024 on Rhapsody of the Seas. Can't wait for that. It's actually a Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise. You can join us for it. More information at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com/events. Christopher Carroll, thank you for the super chat. 6 days till Explorer of the Seas. And forecast shows thunderstorms at every port for the duration of the cruise. Is Royal Caribbean itineraries for severe thunderstorms? Great question, Christopher. The answer is no. But don't worry about it. You're in the tropics. It rains every day. It's utterly meaningless. Yes, it might rain on your cruise, but thunderstorms in the tropics are short-lived, like maybe half an hour, maybe 10 minutes, like an hour at the most. It is not an all-day soaker. A lot of first-time cruisers will be worried about that because they look at the 7-day forecast and they're like, it's going to rain the entire cruise. It's going to be awful. No, it'll rain for part of the day. They really have no idea. Forecasting weather in the tropics is a inexact science to be precise. It will not rain the entire day. Not to worry about it. You'll have a great time, and more often than not, it'll be sunny than raining. So you'll come back in here and say, Matt, you were right on that. Charles Allen, thank you for the super chat. Wait a minute, I think I might have Charles's one to be able to show you. I do. Charles, thank you for the super chat, buddy. 34 more days till Oasis of the Seas. Thanks for your insight. What is the best non-alcoholic drink? Strawberry daiquiri, pina colada. Those are always great drinks. Those are classic mocktails, right? You can get them with or without alcohol, so definitely a good idea. Becky Menke from MEI Travel is here. Welcome, Becky. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tony Diaz in the chat. We've also got the Teresa McChain checking in as well. Betty Egan, thank you for the epic super chat. So good. You're going to want to slap Tony Diaz. Woo! Thank you, Betty. Hope you enjoy Independence. I just love it. I'm sure I will. I was on Independence of the Seas last in, it was earlier this year. Or was it last year? But we were on it recently since the restart. Great ship. Quick weekend cruise. You know, if you live in Florida, and I'm lucky enough to live in Florida, one of the nice benefits is you can hop on these 3-night cruises and weekend in the Bahamas. It's really not bad at all, and I'm very, very excited for that. Can't wait for that. Betty, thank you so much for your generosity. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Josh Carruthers coming in with an epic. I can't believe it. I'm going to want to slap Tony Diaz super chat. Woo! Thank you, Josh. 6 more days till the birthday cruise on Oasis. Also known, by the way, Josh, as the slowest work week of your life. 76 more days till the Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise on Wonder. And last but not least, happy 3-year anniversary on doing the blog full time. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate it. Yeah, today, 3 years ago, was my last day at my day job. I was laid off. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to go look for a new job thing. And then I was like, wait a minute. Maybe I'll do this Royal Caribbean blog thing full time. My wife thought I was crazy, but she's like, all right, well, you can give it a try and you can get a job either today or 3 months from now. It's probably okay. And you know what? Super supportive. And here we are. And it's a credit to everybody here in the community. Thank you all so much for your support. Really appreciate it. And thank you, Josh, for an amazing, epic super chat. Gonna have to hit you back with that on the Wonder of the Seas. Doug is going on Eastern Caribbean in May on Wonder. Are there less people at suite pools rather than the main pools and would be worth the extra cost? Yes, I mean, by definition, there are less suite guests than regular guests, and only a subset of suite guests will ever be at the pool in the suite sun deck. I wouldn't say, Doug, it is worth it for you to spend the extra money for a suite purely to get pool access. I mean, I just can't imagine a scenario in which it's cost effective. Suites are rarely, if ever, cost effective. They are splurges. It's like first class on an airplane. You get there at the same time as people in coach. You just get there with a little nicer amenities, but it's not like it's a little more expensive. It tends to be significantly more expensive. The same is generally true for suites. So I wouldn't say purely for the pool access. I think you have a great time in the pool with the normies, with the common folk. I don't think you need that. Now, listen, if you're like Matt, we get up in the morning and we go right to the pool and we spend all day at the pool. Maybe for you, that is an X factor. That's an intangible benefit, right? Can't put a money value on it, but to you, that's important. I would also add one other thing. If you are a pool kind of guy, a cruise ship pool kind of guy, don't forget also the suite pool deck, the vibe is different. Like the main pool, you've got music, you've got the band, you've got activities. The suite pool is a lot more quiet. There's not activities. There may be music. I'm not even sure, but it's not like the main pool deck. So keep that in mind as well. Next question. Hello, Cindy Maynard. Welcome. Good to see you here. Chris Dordell took your first cruise on the Oasis this past September. Nice. Jason, thank you for the super chat. My spouse and I have watched your lives for the past few months to prepare for our trip on Independence and 13 more sleeps. Is booking our next cruise cost conducive while on the ship? Great question, Jason. Thank you for the super chat. Essentially, Jason, if you're on the ship and you're there with your spouse and you're like, honey, that guy that looks better than Brad Pitt on YouTube, he was right about everything. Let's book another cruise. Then yes, absolutely, Jason, you should go down to next cruise and book another cruise. But since you're not, you're sitting at home right now and your lovely spouse is there and you're like, this guy who looks just like Brad Pitt is right about cruising. I think we're going to want to book another one. Don't wait. You're actually better off booking the cruise now, locking in the rate. The reason why I'm telling you not to wait 13 more sleeps to book your next cruise is because the price can go up between now and then, thus negating the extra benefits. Remember, the price is the same whether you book on board or at home. It's just extra onboard credit you're getting, essentially. But the price can go up in the next 13 days, and it could offset the savings you would get with that extra onboard credit. So my advice, if you know you want to book a cruise now, book it now. Don't wait to get on board the ship. Like I said, if you're on board and you decide later on, hey, you know what, maybe we will book that cruise after all, then yeah, absolutely. Hello, Mystery Shadow. Richard Ashley is here. Welcome. It's good to see so many of our friends joining us here. Becky Mencken going on Voyager of the Seas 6 more days out of Baston, huh? Nice. Let's see here. Next question is from Palmer's on holiday. Hello from New Zealand. I'm traveling the same route as my adult daughter. I don't want her charges. Can her charges be separated from mine easily? Yes, absolutely. When you do the online check-in, there's actually an option there to choose your credit card, and you can definitely choose a different credit card there. If all else fails and oopsie, you forgot to do it or whatever, once you get on board the ship, go to guest services, change the credit card on file. You are good to go. Brogan, thank you for the super chat. Long time no see, my friend. Went on 5 cruises between June and August. I remember Brogan was in this chat during the pandemic being like, man, I don't know if we're ever going to go on a cruise again. Anyway, Odyssey, Voyager twice, and Wonder twice. Loved all of them. How are you? I am well, my friend, and I'm so glad you are back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. JW. Now, JW wrote this in all caps, so I got to yell to give you guys the idea. Hey, Matt, when does Royal Caribbean have to do flash sales on extras like beverage packages? They do them every couple of weeks. There's no, usually around holidays. What's today? There'll probably be one like around Halloween, I would guess, JW. But every couple of weeks, about every 4 to 6 weeks, give or take. So we'll definitely post about it when there is a sale. Angie, one of our social media managers here at Royal Caribbean Blog. Hello from Allie and me in Florida. Angie is back in Florida, cooking up those Blue Apron meals. Love it. Welcome back, Angie. And hello to Allie. Hope you guys are very excited. They're going on a Odyssey of the Seas cruise. Didn't invite me on it. Like their cruise BFF. No, Matt who? I don't know. Diamond Dave, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. Dave writes 13 more days till my back-to-back on Odyssey in Italy. Maybe you'll see Angie and Allie on board. If you see them, say, why didn't you invite Matt? Can you tell me what the current COVID policy is if you test positive, refund, FCC, etc.? Any change in testing? The policy, as far as I know, is the same as it's been before. I'm not sure if you mean during the cruise or before the cruise. Definitely refer to the policy on Royal Caribbean's website. If you just Google Royal Caribbean, what happens if I test positive? But if you test positive before the cruise, within, I believe, 14 days, you're still eligible for a refund there. As far as I know, they could have changed the policy. But it's not an FCC. I believe it's just straight refund. Royal Caribbean does not want to do any more FCCs. They made it very clear they're not interested in doing that. So have a great time on board. Mr. Tom Hoffman. What's up, Tom? Congrats on 3 years being your own boss. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. I hope for many more. I would say 3 more, but I want more than 3. But hopefully we'll get to celebrate another milestone on the next time we sail together, my friend. By the way, speaking of that, did you convince your wife to book another cruise between now and like 2027 when you have your next cruise booked? Because I think you deserve it, my friend. I'm just saying. Stacy Lamp, hello. Next question is from the Panther Boys. Taste of Lunch Royal worth it? If you're not a picky eater, yes, it is. I did it on Odyssey of the Seas, and I liked it, but the menu is very fixed. So if you don't eat shellfish or you're vegetarian or what have you, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're cool with the menu as it is, I think absolutely worthwhile. Yes, 100%. Hello, Ainsley. Welcome. Sean, hello. And Wong95 wants to know, where is the Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise going? We have a number of group cruises. There's 2 per year. So the next one is on Wonder of the Seas. It's a Western Caribbean cruise. But we're doing a Mexican Riviera cruise in 2023. And we're doing Panama Canal in 2024. Steve Cohen wants to know, any idea when the Icon of the Seas will go on sale? Not yet. Not yet. Hopefully we'll have some more information in a couple of weeks, Steve. I'm going down to Miami for a reveal event. So I'll have more information at that time. Deanna, thank you for the super chat. Let me see if I see a message here from Deanna. Deanna. I don't see it, but thank you, Deanna, nonetheless. Ronnie, thank you for the super chat. Do you have any videos like pre-cruise embarkation day checklist for Royal Caribbean? Yes. We do. There's Ronnie, the video is called like 22 tips for 2022. And I think we did an embarkation day video specifically earlier this summer, Ronnie. So I don't know if anyone can find those links and post them in the chat. We did videos this year about them. Ronnie, thank you for the super chat. Also, just pat Tony Diaz on. I never said we should slap Tony Diaz. I'm just simply saying you feel so. We're so excited. I mean, it's such a big deal. You're gonna want to, but not. You shouldn't do it. I'm just saying. Really don't want Tony to go on a group cruise. People start slapping him. No, please don't do that. Oh, geez. Let's see. The Best Fishy wants to know when was your first cruise? Disney Wonder. It was in the 90s, like 90. I want to say like 98 or so, give or take 97, maybe. Let's see here. Susan Westfall, thank you for the super chat. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Susan. Really appreciate it. Again, it's allowed me, doing this full time has allowed me so many things, and it's afforded me the luxury, quite frankly, of getting to know so many of you guys. So thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. Wu-Tang Life wants to know, why is Royal Caribbean more expensive than 3 other cruise lines? One offers free at sea, the other offers cheap cabins, but you get in the extras, and the last is just dirt cheap, includes drink Wi-Fi. Honestly, Wu-Tang Life, the promotions that the cruise lines offer, whether it's Royal Carnival, NCL, MSC, they're all just promotions. Some of them will discount the fare, some will discount the add-ons. A lot of it, Wu-Tang, has to do with, number one, market share, right? If you're the market leader and Royal Caribbean is right there at the top, you don't have to compete and scrap nearly as much as, an MSC, which does not have nearly as large a North American market share, right? It really depends. And of course, don't forget Wu-Tang Life. When you say it's more expensive, that's a very big generalization, right? Depending on the market, the conditions, time of year, the ship, that actually may not be the case. But the promotions on the surface are just that. They're superficial. NCL often is like, oh, we'll bundle all these things together, but they don't discount their cruise fare nearly as much, right? And also at the end of the day, just like cars, I think cars is a really good example of this, right? Because you're gonna get a much deeper, discount on all these like whiz bang discounts when you go, buy a Kia compared to a Cadillac, compared to a BMW, compared to a Buick, right? I mean, they're all different promotions that are out there, but also depending on the type of vehicle, the promotions kind of follow that. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not quite as, not all cruise lines are made the same. That's what I should have said from the beginning. But there you go. Gabe Peterson. Gabe, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Gabe writes, there are 6 people in my party, and we all have deluxe drink packages. Can we combine forces to get a bottle of wine at dinner, or do we have to get individual glasses? Individual glasses. Good question, actually. I've never gotten that question before. No, you can't get, I know what you're angling for, but no. Individual glasses, no problem. I'll just say I want 6 glasses of whatever, and you're good to go. Can you please explain an ocean view balcony room? It's a balcony, so it's a cabin, um, private room, bed, private bathroom. Really, what you're getting with an ocean view balcony room is you're getting a balcony, so a private veranda. You can go out to anytime you want. There's a door that you open, get out there, and there's a balcony that you get to sit out there and enjoy the view. It's ocean view, which means it looks out to the ocean as opposed to maybe on an Oasis class ship and in like a Central Park or a boardwalk view balcony. But it's basically the stereotypical cruise ship balcony. I think if you close your eyes, unless you're driving, please don't close your eyes if you're driving. If you close your eyes and you imagine a cruise ship cabin, this is probably what you think about these days. So, Mike, thank you for the super chat. Mike, I don't see a message from you, but I'll keep it. Oh, there it is. I see Mike's. Made my time dining reservations at 6:30 on day 4 and 5, and Symphony of the Seas in 2023 on the Royal Caribbean app, and also shows on the Royal Caribbean website. Is the reservations legit? Sure, if you made up on the website, they're legit. I don't know why wouldn't they be legit? They're not too legit to quit. Going with that. That was a really lame joke. Dave and Cherry, thank you for the super chat. 62 days till Oasis steak, baked potato, string bean casserole, bottle of Merlot, and Monday Night Live with Matt. Thanks for all you do. I'm really not a fan of string bean casserole, but the rest of it is great. I love that. Thank you for joining us here, and thank you again, both of you, for your super chat. Very, 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 very generous of you. Cruise Ian wants to know, do you have to book hooked from the actual restaurant on board like Hibachi, or can I do it from the same restaurant I book all my other reservations at? You can book from any reservation. Any specialty restaurant can book any other specialty restaurant. So no problem at all. Is there any truth to Royal Caribbean bringing back the Columbus musical to Harmony? Yes, I heard from somebody. That sounds very legit, I know. But somebody mentioned to me that they were on Harmony last week, I think during Hurricane Ian, and they heard they were in the process of bringing that show back. So I'm cautiously optimistic, Ruthy, they're bringing that back. One of my favorite shows out there. Love it. Let's see. Tony Diaz with an epic super chat. Woo! Tony, I want you. Tony's wife, if you're there, please feel free. You're the only one who can slap Tony Diaz, and it's okay. Tony, thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate you. Looking forward to sailing together and hitting that casino, my friend. We got to make the money. We got to make the monies for our wives in the casino. I'm just saying. So, JRG, welcome. Good to see you here. Welcome. Glad to have you here live with us. A Swift, first time, long time. If I use onboard credit towards the drink package purchase, would that be refunded if I see a lower price for the drink package later repurchase? Yes. When you cancel anything in the drink in the cruise planner, if you use onboard credit, it comes back to you instantly when you cancel it. So cancel first, then rebook, and you'll be able to reuse that onboard credit, I should say. The Teresa McShane, thank you for the super chat. Happy anniversary. I made so many good friends here. And you know what, Teresa? That sentence you just said there, I've made so many good friends here. I have made so many good friends here. That is the best part about all of this, right? Yes, I'm able to do Royal Caribbean blog full time, pay my bills, all that. That's wonderful. Don't get me wrong. But if you ask me what's the best part about my job, it's that I get to meet so many great people and have made so many great friends over the years, right? Whether it is Josh Carruthers, whether it is Becky Menken, whether it is Teresa, whether it is Susan Westfall, whether it is what's that guy's name? Lives in New York. Kind of falls asleep all the time. Yes. Timmy Diaz. Yeah, remember that guy. Yeah, that guy too. But all of you guys, man. I mean, that is the best part about this job. It's the community we have here. I'm so proud of it. You know, we come here. You're all helpful. You're funny. You're supportive, and that's the best part about all this. So, excuse me. When you said I made so many good friends here, I know you're talking about yourself, Teresa, but I've made so many good friends here, and that is the best part about all this. Anna Marie Myers, oh, holy moly! Thank you for the epic super chat. Really appreciate it. Happy anniversary! Thank you. Michael Bond wants to know: do you think it's worth getting the armbands? No, they got rid of the wild bands. They're not available anymore. So unfortunately, that is no longer available. Scott, thank you for the super chat. Long-time caller, first-time listener. Would you recommend the motorcycle trike tour in Cozumel? I have not heard of that, Scott. I looked it up actually before the stream. If it's available through Royal Caribbean, sure. I've never done it, so I can't personally recommend it. But if you're doing it on your own, anytime you're with a motor vehicle, you want to have helmets on. Safety is a big concern. That'd be my only. But other than that, I mean, I've done a lot of ATV tours, absolutely loved it. But just make sure it's safe. It's the Royal Caribbean. I think you can probably err on the side of, you're probably good there. But yeah, hope that makes sense. Joseph, this is an interesting question. Your staff does a great job writing blogs, shooting videos. Can you give a quick rundown who's on staff and their responsibilities? Yeah, I mean, we have I don't have time for everybody, but Jenna's probably the one you all know. She did that video the other day about Alaska. Jenna's our YouTube editor. She's our other full-time person here. She writes blog posts and she does our YouTube video editing. So when you see a video and that's not live, then Jenna has edited it because my editing skills were terrible. She's really good at it and equally good at writing articles. Then you have some of our writers like Chantel, who I think is in the chat as well. Allie, they're both they've been writing now part-time for a little while. Angie and Nicole are our social media managers. You've got Marcy. Haley also writes for RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Then you've got another Haley who sometimes writes for Royal Caribbean Blog. And a lot of them also do some work for our sister site, Cruise Blog. If you haven't checked that out yet. So it's a lot of very dedicated people here who really make the world go on. And might I add, they're not on staff. I don't pay them. But I got to say a big thank you to one of our best supporters here. Of course, our friends at MEI Travel. Becky Menken's in the chat. And Becky's been such a big supporter of what I've been doing. She was supporting Royal Caribbean Blog when she had no business supporting Royal Caribbean Blog. I was like, Becky, I got this idea for a cruise blog. And she's like, I'm going to be there for you, buddy. And here's some money to work with it. And I was like, okay, I didn't expect that. Thank you. And you know what? Loyalty means a lot to me, and it means a lot. So thank you, Becky, and the entire team. Becky's not just Becky. There's Beth. There's Melissa. There's Christina. There's so many people. Dan. I mean, I just can't sit here and name all of them, but they're all amazing, all wonderful. Charlotte, I feel like it's like the Oscar thing. You say I can't thank everybody, and then you start thanking everybody. We have a super chat coming in from Ron Ladowski. Thank you for the super chat. Woo! Happy anniversary from Sue and me. Thank you very much, Matt Rierick. Thank you, my friend. Because of you, I got hooked back in 2016. Now Sarah and I are hooked and just had our honeymoon on Mariner. Congratulations. That's awesome, dude. Love hearing not only people, of course, finding love, but also finding love of cruising. That is even better. Fantastic. Let's see here. Marcus wants to know, I was wondering, will alerts get big slides and updates before it goes to Galveston? No, it will not. Not before Galveston, anyway. Jeff Luddick in the house. How come no one is reporting on the crew being mask-free, or is it just Mariner for now? Or am I missing something? I wrote about it yesterday, Jeff. There's an article I wrote last night because the news came down. If you mean beyond that, you have to take it up with the people who aren't reporting it. I don't know, but it's legit. I mean, I confirmed it with crew members, and it's absolutely the case. But I wrote about it yesterday, so don't shoot me. But I wrote about it yesterday. Let's see here. Deanna wants to know when and where do you use our onboard credit? Well, depending on the type of onboard credit, you can sometimes use it before the cruise, Deanna. So if you go to the Royal Caribbean Cruise Planner website, where you can buy your drink packages and all of that, it'll be an option. When you go to the checkout, you'll see apply onboard credit, and you can do so. But if you don't do that, then once you're on board the ship, Deanna, it's basically a credit against your account. So if you spend $100 and using your CPass card, and you have a $20 onboard credit, you'll owe Royal Caribbean $80 at the end of the cruise. So hope that makes sense. Scott, my friend, thank you for the super chat. Happy 3-year anniversary. Thank you. Appreciate all that all you and the team does. Any previous blogs or videos for Atlantis? No. We really should do that. Angie, if you're still here, we got to go. Angie, you got to go to Atlantis, Angie. I'm sorry. Listen. You got to spend the day at Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas, okay? I know. Sometimes you get the short end of the stick. Well, Scott's asking for it, so we're going to do it. We're going to do a full review of Atlantis. But no, we haven't actually. So absolutely need to take care of that. Charles Yates with an epic super chat. Thank you, Charles. Holy moly, dude. Is there a message here? Charles Yates, so glad that you do what you do, my friend. Overly generous. I don't deserve that, but thank you. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. Ariel, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for everything you've done for us. We just got back from our first cruise on Symphony. We loved it. We're from Rhode Island and shocked as how amazing the quality of Hook Seafood was. There you go. A New Englander vouching for the seafood there. That's great. Love Symphony. Now you got to start booking start planning planning your next Royal Caribbean cruise. That is the thing right there. That's the next step. For sure. I don't know why I said it that way. And thank you for the super chat. 146 days till your first Royal Caribbean cruise on Wonder. Can you tell me about the thermal spa package? What's included? Been binging your videos. So happy to catch you live. Well, awesome. And if I'm not mistaken, first and foremost, I believe in our Wonder of the Seas tour video, which we have on our channel, I think we go through the thermal spa. So after this video, go watch that. But basically, the thermal spa is it's a fixed price. I forget how much it is, but you pay a certain price, like around $150 or so per person. It's good for the duration of the cruise, and you can go to the thermal spa area as much as you want. There are thermal heated chairs. So they look like lounge chairs, but they're made out of like stone, and they're heated, really relaxing. There is a steam room. There is a rainforest room, and there is some other room, an aroma room, maybe. Oh, no, did I say steam? Well, there's like 3 different kinds of rooms: sauna, steam, and something else. And the idea is you just go there and forget all your cares, but really it's up to you to take advantage of it. Like, go there every day, not just once, right? But a lot of people, it's limited. You can't, not everyone on the ship can't buy it. So once they sell out, they sell out. And that's it. So, Steve, should I be concerned my luggage tag has been pending for weeks, Harmony in 13 days? No, Steve, when I went on an allure last week, for whatever reason, the luggage tags never showed up. They were never available. So I just went to the cruise terminal, told the porters, and they got me luggage tags right on the spot. So don't read too much into that. Absolutely, Betty. Absolutely. We are family. Well said. And Tony Diaz is the weird Uncle Tony. That's all you got to say. Love you, Tony. Nicole, just want to say thanks for all the content my husband and I watch every day. Even if it's an old content, helps us just for vacation. Well, I appreciate that. Old content needs love too. I'm just saying. Hit the thumbs up so you don't get called to me. There is Chantel. We were talking about our staff here. Chantel is one of our writers. She writes again for both Royal Caribbean blog and Cruise blog. Extremely nice. Yeah. Excuse me. Camille, thank you for the super chat. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Between your blog, YouTube, and Facebook Lives and podcasts, you kept cruising alive for us during the pandemic. Too many more years to come. Amen. Camille, thank you so much for your generosity. And it's one of those things, Camille, where every now and then, I try to remind myself, like, this is like, I have to go on a cruise, like I have to do this research. I'm extremely lucky. Nicole wants to know, any idea if there has been previously any good Black Friday deals for cruises and excursions? Yes, actually, Nicole, I wrote an article about this where I list all the Black Friday deals going back to like 2016 at royalcaribbeanblog.com. Here's the thing, Nicole, and I hope you're. I did a video about this last year, but it bears repeating again. Do not wait to book something on Black Friday. I'm going to say this again for everybody listening. If you're driving, turn the autopilot on. And I'm kidding. Don't do that. Just keep driving. Do not wait for a Black Friday sale. If you want a drink package, a shore excursion, a Wi-Fi, book it now. If there is a better price on Black Friday, great. Cancel. Rebook. All set. Reason why I'm telling you this, not to wait, is prices can sometimes go up even though there is a sale. Trust me when I tell you, there will be people, when I read about the Black Friday sale, whatever the details happen to be, there will be people who said, Matt, I should have listened to you and booked this stuff like a month ago. Don't wait. But yes, there can be deals that are out there. But it really is it really does vary. But we have an article about past Black Friday cruise deals over at royalcaribbeanblog.com. Look at this, Tom. Becky's going to steal this in 3, 2. You can't spell cruise time without MEI. Love that. That's a great thing right there. Love that. Daniel wants to know, does smoking ever become an issue with non-smokers? I think it just depends on the person. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't go to the smoking areas, like, but I'll go to the casino. Like, I'm not going to let that stop me. Sometimes when I'm on the pool deck, I'll admit I will go to the other side of the pool deck to avoid the smoking area. But I don't perceive it as a major problem. It's more of a minor inconvenience when I walk through it or around it and quickly forgotten about. That's how I approach it. Some people have different approaches to it. Sharon Stockman, thank you for the epic super chat. Oh, MEI Travel is the best travel agent I've worked with over the past 22 years of cruising. They're fabulous. Happy anniversary, Matt. Love the blogs. Well, Sharon, thank you so much. I mean, my goodness, Sharon, where would we be without you, right? I mean, holy moly. Thank you so much, Sharon. And MEI has been amazing. I mean, they're just, I've used them for so long. It's not that I forget how good they are. I forget how, I say, I don't want to insult any other. Like, there are not so great travel agents out there. I think any travel agency will say that, right? They're not all the same. And the lengths that MEI goes to is amazing. And during the pandemic, when a lot of other agencies and slash agents were like, I'm not answering the phone, like they disappeared. MEI was there working without, any commissions or anything. And they really did a tremendous job. Trey wants to know how's capacity looking. Full capacity, 100% capacity is pretty much back to normal on that one. Let's see here. Aaron Ross, thank you for the super chat. Happy anniversary. Thank you. So glad I found your blog and channel back in March. You've only been here since March? Man, it feels like we've known each other for a long time. That's awesome, dude. It's been so helpful and has reignited my love for cruising. Even better, Aaron. Glad to have you here. Thank you for your support and generosity. I appreciate you, my friend. Marion, thank you very much. Georgette wants to know, are the libraries still open on the ships? Yes, they are. Absolutely. Absolutely. Joanne Griffith, one of my other good friends. Well, for a while, Joanne, you were one of my other good friends' mom. Now you are my good friend, and that guy is one of my good friends' son. So let's just put it that way. I saw a post in Royal Caribbean Moms group that was waiting. She booked a Royal Caribbean cruise about what to do. I recommend your site and admin delete the post as violating the group's rules. Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about that, Joanne. Listen, all the groups on Facebook have their own rules there. It is what it is. I'm not their dad. I can't tell them what to do or not to do. I appreciate the support, but it is what it is. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. I've been banned for so many Facebook groups for the years for absolutely no reason. That it is what it is. I stopped caring about that quite a while ago. King John Chi 1, can you please give me the open times of Kids Club? Sure. So on a C day, they're open from 9 to 12, 2 to 5, 7 to midnight. Actually, 7 to 10, and then 10 to midnight costs extra. On port days, they're open whenever the ship is docked, and then they resume that other schedule there. Dave Lucas, mate, thank you for the super chat. Happy 3 years. Thank you, my friend. Can't wait for Panama Canal cruise with you and the gang. Go out and buy a Fastas for me. I can't wait. They were on sale again this week. Imagine that. Of course, Dave lives down in Australia, and don't forget that cruise ships are returning to Australia very, very soon. So Dave can finally go on a cruise and rub it in Robert Jaworski's face that he's on a cruise and not Robert for once. Because Robert, I'm sure, will rub it into your face next week when he's back on a ship again. Let's see here. Next question is from the Raw Dog 88. When does Royal Caribbean start decorating the ships for the holidays? Usually right around Thanksgiving, or most recently right after Thanksgiving. Whatever the sailing is after Thanksgiving, they tend to do that. King Johnchi, thank you for the super chat. I answered your question, but thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Next question. A Dibbles. Going on my first cruise in 20 days of a boardwalk balcony room, and I was wondering if there's any lighting on the balcony. I like to stay up late and read. One thing you could do is if you leave your curtains open, the light emanating from your room will light up some part of the balcony because it's a glass door, don't forget. So that's partly possible. Some ships do have lights outside. I don't remember if Oasis has them. I apologize. But at the very least, you could just open up your balcony curtains and you're good to go on that one. Let's see here. John says, what's with Royal Caribbean stopping buffets? They didn't. That was back in the pandemic, but they're all back now. Don't worry about that. So don't worry about it. They didn't stop any buffets. They're back. Let's see here. Oh, Palmer's on holiday. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Very kind words. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Drake. Wow. Back from his tour and hanging out on my YouTube channel. Thank you. I wish I had booked with a travel agent. So many questions I have and wait on the phone just for Royal Caribbean customer service. Having issues getting me answers, live and learn. Well, listen, many people in chat, maybe even Sharon Stockman, right, as a good example, may have done that in the past, but you learned, and hopefully going forward, you'll be able to use a travel agent from here on out, Drake. So, better late than never, but at least you're on the right track, and next cruise that you get booked, you'll do through the travel agent, and you'll be good to go there, my friend. Love that. Doc Nerd, what a great name. I'm jealous of that name. Is there a message from Doc Nerd? I don't see a message from you, but if I do, I'll read it. And if not, thank you very much for your generosity. Carrie B, thank you for the super chat. Thanks so much for the quality content of your channel. The ship tours make us feel like we're actually on a cruise from the comfort of the couch. Oh, thank you. Those are a lot of work, and much of the work goes to me. No, just kidding. Jenna probably just fell out of her chair. To Jenna. Jenna does all the work. I do obviously the narration, but she's the one putting in the effort. She puts a lot of work in that, and it makes it look nice. Anybody can walk around with a camera. Jenna makes it look really good, and a lot of credit to her for that one. And we're going to be having Carrie a Allure of the Seas tour coming up, I think, next week at the earliest. I'm not sure if I'll come out next week or the week after, but we are going to get you guys a full walkthrough tour of Allure of the Seas. I know many people are very, very excited to see that one. Well, that's Scott's a dork. Doc Nerd, Scott's a dork. Sorry. Anyway. Do you pay for the drink package at the time of reservation? Yes. If you want to cancel the package for a better price, are you refunded the initial charge? Yes. So if you book it, Scott, before whoever Scott is, if you book it before your cruise in the cruise planner, you pay it all at the time you book it in full. But then if there is a better price, you cancel, full refund immediately, and you rebook. So yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Kristen wants to know, where can I find the cabin layout by Quantum of the Seas cabin? I'd like a cabin with a bed by the balcony. Great question. You know what? There's not a great answer for you. So if you want to figure this out, here's what you have to do. It's kind of weird. Basically, I would either go to YouTube or find a photo. I would go on YouTube, and you want to find either your cabin. That'd be ideal. But so let's assume you can't find a video tour of your cabin or a photo of your cabin. Find another room on the same side of the ship of your cabin. Then look at the deck plan and count every other cabin, and that's the configuration. So if you find room, I'm making up numbers here, 9213, or probably it's even number, 9212, right, is on the same side of deck 9 of your ship, and they have the bed by the balcony, every other room, if you look at the deck plan, will have that configuration. Then you can figure out, okay, well, you count back to 9606 and figure out which one you have. I don't know why they don't make it easier, but they don't. That's the only way I'm aware of doing that, other than, of course, lucking out and somebody posting photos or video of that exact cabin there. So, let's see here. Gigi wants to know, would I prefer Alaska, Hawaii, or Caribbean? Well, I've never been to Hawaii, so I would definitely say I pick Hawaii because, well, my wife loves it, but also because I've never been there before. But I would definitely pick, regardless if it's Hawaii or Alaska, it's definitely Caribbean is 3. I'd put Alaska or Hawaii 1 and 2, and then Caribbean 3. I love the Caribbean, but it's not Hawaii and it's definitely not Alaska. So, yeah. Shayna wants to know, first family cruise on Freedom, October 17th. So nervous and excited at the same time. What should we expect on Freedom? Great time. So it's a October 17th. Let's see, is that a 3 or a 4-night cruise? You were on a 4-night cruise. Good news. That's actually good. It's less of a party vibe, Shayna. So don't worry, if you want to have a good time, there'll have plenty of parties. But the 3-night cruises over the weekends tend to be a lot more like, I don't want to say ooms, but more of a party vibe. But the Monday through Friday cruise is a little less, a little more tame. I don't want to make it seem like you're going to be like everyone's in bed at 9 o'clock, but a very good time will be had by all on that cruise, no doubt about it. You'll have a great time. Let's see here. Here's Doc Nerd. I think this might have been your super chat earlier. I'm loyal to Rogue. My kids have booked a Mediterranean cruise for next year on NCL. I've determined that the all-inclusive on NCL is actually going to cost more than the same cruise on Royal Caribbean. Hey, you know what? I remember when in 2012 I went on my one and only NCL cruise, and at the time I thought, maybe I just like cruising. I mean, I've just cruised on Royal Caribbean a lot. Maybe I just like cruising. And you know what? I like Royal Caribbean a lot. I went on an older ship, Doc Nerd, so I don't want you to make. You'll have a great time. It's hard to have a bad time on a cruise. And to quote one of our writers here, Allie, a cruise is what you make of it. And you can have a great time on any ship, but in terms of value, there you go. Let's see here. Next question. A Dimple says, I don't like to get my husband up. Guess I may need to bring a headlamp. What else could you do? I mean, there are other options. One thing you could do. Well, one thing, don't forget, Dibbles, you don't have to read on your balcony. I mean, you have it. You can go out to the pool deck, and there's plenty of light up there. and then come back to your room when you're ready for bed. Um, that's another option for you. Maybe a USB light of some kind might be another option I can think of. Let's see here. Next question is from Mickey's Adventures. Thank you for the super chat. Watch you from time to time and love your content. I'm a royalist off to the repositioning of Odyssey at the end of the month. Nice. Well, when you're on board the repositioning of Odyssey, look for a very nice lady. Chris Reardon will be on board. She is a hoot. She is one of those down for whatever kind of people. A lot of fun, but have a great time on the Odyssey repositioning. I think you'll have a great, great time on there. Dylan, thank you for the super chat. Any thoughts on a Bermuda 5-night cruise out of Cape Liberty? My thoughts are yes, please. Bermuda cruises are fun. I haven't done a Bermuda cruise in such a long time. I think that aforementioned 2012 cruise was my last time to Bermuda. So I am overdue for Bermuda cruise. I'm going to have to go. We'll figure. I don't know when we're going, but I say absolutely, Dylan. Great idea. Bermuda is worth it. You're only going there. It seems like, well, maybe I should do an itinerary that's longer that goes other places. You'll have a great. Bermuda is beautiful, absolutely stunning. I think it's absolutely worthwhile. So, ST wants to know, will I be doing any holiday cruises? I am doing a Thanksgiving cruise. That's the only cruise I'm going over the actual holiday. We're actually getting off Wonder of the Seas on December 24th. So that doesn't count. But they decorate their ships for those holidays, provided that you're on board the ship for the holiday. Christmas is the exception. Pretty much for the month of December, you'll have a Christmas tree and other decorations on board. James wants to know, where can I find the ship models for sale online? eBay. Royal Caribbean doesn't sell them, so you're wholeheartedly dependent on third-party marketing for that one. Mike, how do you check prices on drink packs you've already have paid for one completely? Do a mock booking. It'll still allow you to add one in there. You can at least see the price before you add it in there, Mike. So, you can compare apples to apples on that thing. You have to click through it in some cases. Todd, thank you for the super chat. Lashana Tova to you and your family. Thank you for everything you do for all of us who love cruising. Thank you, Todd, and back to you, my friend. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Janice wants to know, is there any types of get-togethers for solos on any ship? Not really. This is something Royal Caribbean doesn't do a whole lot of. I know that a NCL actually does a lot more of this. But no, Royal Caribbean doesn't really do a lot of solo get-togethers. I remember occasionally seeing in the Cruise Compass a solo cruise meet and mingle, something like that, like one event. I don't know who went there. I don't know how popular it is, but it's just not something that Royal Caribbean really does. Basically, you're kind of on your own in that situation. So my advice, Janice, if you're cruising solo, is maybe go to the Royal Caribbean blog message boards. We have a roll call forum in which you can meet other people who are going on your sailing and make friends before you even get on board the ship. That might be a good alternative to that. So, Modern Myth, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. MMCB, can I book the all access tour before the cruise? Yes, I booked it for me when I was on Mariner of the Seas for my cruise last month. Michael, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't see a message from you here. Oh, Teresa's got one more thing. But remember the counting cabin idea I mentioned before? Connecting cabins. The cabin on the left bed is by the door. Cabin on the right is by the balcony. Count every other cabin from there. There you go. Look at this. The Teresa McChain. That's why she is the Teresa, not just Teresa McChain. She's the Teresa McChain. Great tip right there. I didn't even know about that. I learned something today. So thank you. Holly wants to know, does Royal Caribbean allow therapy dogs or just service dogs? Just service dogs, yeah. They banned therapy dogs a couple of years ago before the pandemic. So let's see here. Jason, how to print out my luggage tags. They're either attached to your eDocs. The way that I do it, here's what I do. I go to the Royal Caribbean website, log into the website, when it lists all your cruises. If you expand the option for your sailing, you will see the option to print out luggage tags over there usually. Don't forget, you have to be within like 45 days of your cruise or something for them to show up. Keep that in mind. Group cruise to Bermuda, you say? I think it's a great idea. We got to do that at some point. I really do, Stacy. I need to get back over there. Don Barnett, thank you for the super chat. Having issue finding events in Oasis 5-day cruising from Miami in November. Yes, check the blog website. Hey, that was the first thing to do there. Listen, if there's not an itinerary for that, specifically the 5-night one, I mean, you could read another Oasis sailing. It's gonna give you a ballpark idea. It's not the same thing. Worst case, Don. Worst case, about a week before your cruise, in the app, some of the events, if not all the events, will start loading in there. It's at least something to look at. But ultimately, you gotta. There's only so much you can do. There's no other secrets beyond that. I wish I could give you a better idea on that one. So. Carrie wants to know, do you think the adults only area coming to Cocoa Key will be reservations only like the Cocoa Beach Club? From what I understood, last they said, I believe it's supposed to be just open to everybody. No reservations required. So please ask Royal Caribbean to build solo studio accounts for the future ships for us solo cruisers. Matt, please help us cut the cost. All right, hang on a second. Are you guys getting that? Yeah, solo cruise. Yeah, he wants it. I don't know, but he wants it. Told me to tell you that. All right. There's no microphone here. Royal Caribbean doesn't listen to me, even if I told them that, Wu-Tang. But if it ever comes up, I will bring it up and say, yes, absolutely. Let's see here. Oh, Holly, to book My Time Dining, it's in the cruise planner website under dining. So you look at specialty restaurants and then you go all the way to the bottom. My Time Dining is over there. So if that makes sense. Cruising with Carol. Thank you for the super chat. Congratulations on the anniversary. Thank you very much. We love watching you. Thank you. We're on the Odyssey of the Seas transatlantic at the end of the month. Can't wait. Nice. You're the second person in this live video to be on that sailing. So make some friends here, guys. That's awesome. I'll be extremely jealous of all of you. That's fantastic. Eric Wolf, thank you for the super chat. We're on Independence of the Seas, October 17th. What are the advantages of booking next cruise on the cruise? Extra onboard credit and reduced deposit. But again, as I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, if you're sitting at home and you want to book a cruise, book it now. Don't wait for October 17th. But if you're on board the ship and you're having a great time, say, you know what, let's book another cruise, then go down there. You'll get extra onboard credit because the price is the same, whether you book it online or at next cruise. But you'll get extra onboard credit and reduced deposit there. So there you go. Good Life 88. Congratulations on making diamond. What's the best perk, in my opinion? Oh, no doubt. It's the free drinks, dude. 4 free drinks a day. No other cruise line gives you 4 free alcoholic drinks a day, every day of your cruise. Diana, thank you for the super chat again. You have to have a COVID test done if you're unvaccinated prior to the cruise. Yes, for right now, yes, you do, depending on the itinerary, but and sailing. But generally speaking, yes. Michael Flanagan, thank you for the super chat. I'm a Diamond Plus and I bought the unlimited drink package. Thoughts on trying to use my Diamond free drinks to give free drinks to others? I do it. I've done it all the time. They don't care. You need to order the drink, Michael. Like, you can't be like, oh, Royal Caribbean, I'd like to give my free drinks to Tony Diaz. He'll be on the same sailing as me. It doesn't work that way. But you can certainly go in the bar, excuse me, and buy a drink. So I'd like to order a drink and give it to Tony or whoever. That's totally fine there. Next project, awesome. At the Cocoa Beach Club, is there a place to lock up clothes and stuff if you're at the beach? No. I don't think. Do they have lockers at the beach club? I don't remember seeing them. Maybe they do have. Maybe on the left. I don't remember seeing them. I know there are lockers at the zip line. That's where I always go drop off my stuff. And there are also lockers near the snorkeling. I don't believe so. If you have a cabana, then you have a little safe over there. But I don't remember seeing lockers in the beach club. I'm not saying they don't exist. I just don't remember seeing them. So I'm going to go with I don't know. Jeff Leonard with an amazing super chat. Thank you, Jeff. Happy anniversary. Watching you is dangerous. You get me in the mood to cruise, so I just keep on booking. What can I say except you're welcome? I'm filled out to cruise April 2024. That is fantastic. This is definitely the enabler community. No question about it. Years ago, we came up with the slogan, YOLO book it. Like, when in doubt, we'd be like, oh man, Jeff found this great cruise on, Mariner of the Sea. Should I book it? And I would say, YOLO book it. You only live once, book the cruise. Yes, 100%. Rarely do people ever come back in here. I don't think ever and say, you know what? I booked a cruise on a whim because of you and I regretted it. Nope. They always come back and say, I may not have as much money as I used to have in my wallet, but I love the cruise. So, Cal Crew, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. I don't see a message from Cal Crew. We had a question here from Saludog. Dog. Do junior suites get double points? Yes. If you royal upgrade from a normal room to a junior suite, you get the double points. No, you do not. John Lee going on Odyssey out of Fort Lauderdale, 6 nighters. Is there a lobster night? If there's a second formal night, which there should be on a 6-night cruise, then yes, it'll be on the second formal night there. Where is the best place to get a local Bohemian beverage in the Bahamas? Boy, good question. I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of what a local Bohemian. I mean, the Bahama Mama, they can make that anywhere, quite frankly. But there's a number of great restaurants. If you go towards Junkanoo Beach, here's what you want to do: you walk off the ship, and you get to that main street there. I believe it's Water Street. Make a right. Start walking. Just start walking in that direction. Junkanoo Beach is where you want to go. It's a free beach. And there's a lot of vendors and stands that are all Bohemians that work there, and I am sure you can get definitely more of a local vibe than like Senor Frogs, as an example. You'll see Senor Frogs. Go past Senor Frogs. Do not stop at Senor Frogs. Do not pass go. Do not collect 3 pairs of beads from Senor Frogs. Keep going, and you'll find plenty of great drink stands over there where I think you'll get what you're looking for. So, hope that makes sense. The ultimate enabler. What can I say? Except you're welcome. Is there a lobster night or 4-night? No, it has to be 2. There's only one formal night on a 4-night cruise, Robert. So you would need a 6-night cruise or longer in that situation. So, Steve wants to know when you roll up, how soon before the cruise are you notified? The day of your cruise. It could really go all the way up to there. So yeah. Oh, Caliker, here's your thank you for the super chat earlier. What ships have Sabor? Allure, Liberty, and Harmony. Will some stay? I don't believe so. I believe it is my understanding that whenever those ships finally have their amplification, that Royal Caribbean will remove it. Will replace it with something else. Almost certainly Playmakers. In the case of Liberty, Hooked or some other concept, who knows? But it's my understanding that Royal Caribbean has been wanting to replace Sabor for a while. They've been systematically getting rid of them on other ships, and the only reason they're still on board is because the pandemic stopped those amplification processes from occurring. So, Judith says, "Help! We're a group of 10 on my time dining, but the app only lets you pick up to 8 people. What do you recommend?" Huh. Your only recourse, Judith, honestly. And number 1, make reservations for like 4 and 4 just to start off. Or sorry, I can't do math. Jeez, 5 and 5. But when you get on board the ship, go talk to the head waiter. So right around 1:00 usually, the head waiter is available on duty in the main dining room. Go down there, see what they can do. There's no guarantees. They could at best or at worst, I should say, they can easily position 2 tables very close to each other. So you're all kind of dining together, even though you're really not. But that's the only recourse I can think of. Hey, thank you to Lou Rosengrant for the super chat. Thank you, Lou. Harmony 132 days. Do Oasis class balcony cabins have more power outlets versus Mariner interior cabin? You know, if you asked me, does Harmony, Symphony, or Wonder, the answer would be yes. But Oasis built. I have no idea. I want to say no. Because I remember when Harmony came out, it was a big deal. They started adding more outlets, and I was like, "Ooh, this is very nice." And the fact, so it depends on the Oasis. You said Oasis class. Depending on the Oasis class ship, Oasis and Allure, no. Harmony, Symphony, Wonder, yes. That makes sense. Rob the Pony, 27 days for your first cruise. Nice. That is awesome. Prepare to get hooked, my friend. You're going to love it. Let's see here. Shayna wants to know, with the deluxe drink package, is there a limit to the number of alcohol drinks I can have? Nope. It's not Carnival here. Unlimited. By the way, Becky, you've got a question here. Just letting you know about this. But they're based all over the place. They're agents. It's not like, a brick and mortar agency. But anyway, Becky can answer that for you. I'm sure she saw that. Do I enjoy El Loco Fresh? Heck yes, I do. I love El Loco Fresh because you know what? I like my favorite. Let me tell you guys. I don't know what you guys think about this. if I'm making myself a burrito or a taco, whatever, I get tortilla. I put on, some meat. Maybe it's chicken, whatever, beef. I'll put on a little bit of guacamole. I'll put on some lettuce, some jalapenos, and then I put on a lot of pico de gallo. And when the server is like, "Sir, tell me when to stop," I'll say, "Okay." I pile the pico high up there, wrap it up. That's the way I like it. And that's what I love about it is you can make it exactly the way that I love it. So Sharon Stockman again with a super chat. Thank you, Sharon. I wish they put portside barbecue on more ships. It's fantastic and has my brewed sweet tea. Amen. I'm with you on that one. I love portside barbecue. Charles Yates with an epic super chat. Woo! Please do another live event with Tony from Alita Loca. You know what? I would say I have to have Tony invite me, but you know what? I got to invite him. I don't, we've never really done like lives where I invite other people on here. It's not like my style. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. Just haven't done it in the past, but I would love to do one of those. Maybe the next time Tony and I are on a cruise together, we can do that because that'd be like more our style. And then we can talk cruise. We can talk craps strategy. But yeah, let me first and foremost, if Tony were to ever invite me back again, I would absolutely love to talk with him more about cruising. But in the meantime, Charles, like I said, more often than not, we end up on the same cruises because when there's like a new ship or something happening, we tend to see each other. So absolutely. The short answer is the next time I'm on a cruise with Tony, I'm going to tell him, listen, man, we got to do a live here. And we're going to, maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's an hour. I don't know. But we're going to shoot the breeze and talk cruising there. And I think it'd be great. Let's see here. Susan Westfall again with another super chat. Thank you, Susan. We did a group cruise on Anthem July 2019. That included Bermuda. Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you for... I forgot about that. Oops. I do remember the group cruise, and I forgot we went to Bermuda on that one. But yes, you're absolutely right. So, okay, let me rewind the tape. When I said I haven't been to Bermuda since 2012, that was incorrect. I went last month there in 2019. Thank you, Susan, for reminding me before my wife yells at me later on. Anyway, thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. Thank you again for your super chat. Very, very kind of you. All right, time for another question or two. We got to roll on out of here. Todd, what would you recommend for a shuttle service from Orlando to Port Canaveral? A lot of people love GoPort. I've not used them, Todd. Personally, I use Lyft or Uber. But if you want a shuttle service, GoPort is what I've heard very good things about. So I would just repeat that, but I have never used them before. So I have no firsthand knowledge on that one. Samantha wants to know, is it best to go chill at the beach at Labadee or go on excursion? Just chill at the beach, 100%. Yep. Randall, what's my favorite specialty restaurant? Izumi. Mason Jar is pretty good. The aforementioned Portside Barbecue is wonderful as well. But I think at the end of the day, I think it's going to be Izumi. So, yeah. Hey, Bill, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Oh, I got to invite Emma on. Yeah, well, listen, Tony, I might actually see on a cruise ship. Emma, I've yet to see her on a cruise ship, but I would love to. I mean, there's so many great friends, whether it's Sherry or Emma. I've just never done that kind of a thing. I've always been always a bridesmaid, never a bride kind of a thing because I've never just that's been my shtick. But maybe someday we'll have to do that. It looks like a lot of fun whenever I'm on there. So you never know. But yes, we love Emma. Kimberly, thank you for the super chat. First time cruiser taking my twins for a surprise 14th birthday trip, leaving this Sunday on the Oasis. If I let them know the ship, would they do anything special for them? I mean, they'll do things like if you let the head waiter know, they'll bring out a little cake and sing and do all that kind of stuff. So I would say this, couple things. Number one, put it on the reservation. You never know. I can't promise you anything will happen. Put it on the reservation. Number two, when you go to a restaurant, always let the staff know it's somebody's birthday and things can happen. Jennifer Fuchs, thank you for the super chat. Selling on a lure in April, Western Caribbean. There are no excursions listed for Puerto Costa Maya. Are they still developing them? Is this a new port? It's not a new port. I think you're just too far out, Jennifer. So I would say look again closer to about 6 months before your cruise, and you'll see a lot more options there. Not to worry. My recommendation is this is not the Royal Caribbean, but Maya Chan is a great recommendation to go over there. Danny DiMatteo, thank you, Danny. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Jackie, what? 41 days till my first cruise on Anthem. Been watching your videos, super helpful. Awesome, Jackie. I'm so excited for your first cruise. That is so exciting. Rosie, any advice on a land and cruise to Alaska for 23? Which is the best? If you want land and cruise, you have to do, I think, only Radiance of the Seas. One of those goes either Vancouver or Seward. But if you're doing, if you want like a land and cruise combo that Royal Caribbean offers, that's the only option that's there, and they're wonderful. I've heard nothing but amazing things about them. I think you'll like that quite a bit. Sharon Stockman again with Super Chat. Holy moly, thank you. You always choose Izumi. I go to Portside to get my tea and head to Izumi to eat. Best of both worlds. There you go. Love that. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Sharon. Again. I was going to say thank you, but thank you, and thank you. My goodness. Helen wants to know, is Wonderland worth the price? If you've never eaten there? Sure. I think so. Why not? And last question is coming from level 2 Flip 24. Love to Flip 24. So if I'm hungry at 11 p.m. on Independence, this is my free food choices. There's Sorrento's and Cafe Promenade. Free? Yes. Room service will cost extra. That's another option for you, but pretty much I think Playmakers is closed by 11. Maybe not. It might be open still. Anyway, yeah, for free. Yep, that is correct, my friend. So, all right, friends, thank you so much for joining us here. If I did not answer your question, please feel free to post your question over on our message boards over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, or wait till next Monday. We'll be live again next Monday right here on YouTube. We'll be back from our Independence of the Seas cruise next Monday. So look for us over here. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. That's important as well. And we'll talk again very soon. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I got to say thank you to all our super chatters. Hold on. We're not going anywhere yet. Wait a second. Sharon, thank you for the super chat. Jackie, thank you. Danny, thank you. Jennifer, thank you. Kimberly, thank you. Bill, thank you. Susan, thank you. Charles, thank you. Sharon Stockman, again, thank you. Lou, thank you. Cal Crew, thank you. Jeff Leonard, thank you so much. Michael, thank you. Deanna, thank you. Eric Wolf, thank you. Cruise with Carol, thank you. Don, thank you. Michael, thank you. Todd, thank you. Dylan, thank you. Mickey's Adventures, thank you. Carrie, thank you. Doc Nerd, thank you. Drake, thank you. King John Chi, thank you. Dave, thank you. Aaron, thank you. Sharon Stockman, again, thank you. Camille, thank you. Ann, thank you. Ariel, thank you. Charles, thank you. Scott, thank you. Matt, thank you. Ron, thank you. Scott, different Scott, but Scott, thank you. Anna Marie, thank you so much. Teresa, thank you. Tony, thank you. David, Sherry, thank you. Mike, thank you. Gabe, thank you. Susan, again, thank you. Ronnie, thank you. Deanna, again, thank you. Tom, thank you. Diamond Dave, thank you. Brogan, thank you. Jason, thank you. Josh, thank you. Betty, thank you. Charles, thank you. Christopher, thank you. And Rage Shifty, great name. Thank you all so much for your generosity. You guys are amazing. All right, guys. On that note, going to head on out of here. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.